double, triple checked that I'm on the Dixie Belle YouTube channel. So I know I am. I'm in the right place this week. So if you missed last week, it's because I was late. Let me just clean the lens. The lens looks a bit murky. Better, slightly. It's probably just because it's really miserable and grey here in the UK. It's very dark. The only problem is the lights in here do make some of the colours that I'm using look a little bit odd. So we are going to keep the lights off and just use the natural lighting from the window as best we can. But it is very dark here in the UK at the minute. I've also got a little heater on because it's cold. It feels colder at the minute than it has done all winter. Although temperature wise, that's not the case, but it feels that anyway. We're at that miserable kind of grey stage of winter. Anyway, I am live on the Dixie Belle YouTube channel this time. Last week, I accidentally went live on my own channel by complete error and rambled on for a good half an hour before I realised I was in fact on the wrong channel. So then I went live on this channel, basically repeated myself in the place that I should have been. So I've double, triple checked today that I am in the right place. So I'm live on the Dixie Belle YouTube channel. I go live here every Tuesday at 1 o'clock my time. I believe for a lot of people watching overseas, it's a lot earlier for you than what it is for me. 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. And today I am not working on a project. What I'm going to do today is swatch the new Voodoo gel stains. And the reason I'm doing that is because there's 4 new shades out. 4 brand new shades that got released. They've been with retailers a little while, but they are released on the Dixie Belle website now. So if you want to purchase anything that I am using in the video or any other Dixie Belle products, there is a link in the description below, which is an affiliate link, which means I earn a little bit of commission if you click that link and purchase something. And that just allows me to basically get paid for creating content. So I'll just add that in, very businesslike and professional at the very start. So the reason I'm swatching them is because they are beautiful shades of brown, and there's also some existing shades that I'm going to compare, because a lot of the time a lot of the content that I've already put out there, and by the way, if you want to see examples of these stains on furniture, I do have some examples on my social media. You can find pictures on Facebook and YouTube of these exact stains being used on furniture. I've also got videos of 2 of the colours, 2 of the new colours being used on my YouTube channel. And I've also got older videos of the previous colours, the older colours, on my YouTube channel as well. So there's lots of different videos out there and pictures and examples of things that you can see on actual pieces of furniture, because today I'm going to swatch it on a board. And I'm hoping to show you the difference, because people are saying, what's the difference between the new shades and the old shades? So there's a couple of differences, but it's easier to show you side by side. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Hello to everybody. So I'll face you down, because that's probably going to be easier. And if there are any questions that I miss, I'll try and get back to them afterwards. So the first thing I'm going to do is use this colour. So this is a really well-loved tube, and I've used several tubes of these, of Au Naturel. So Au Naturel is the lightest shade aside from white. So all that I'm showing you today are the browns. I'm not going to show you any of the colours or whites or black. I'm just showing you the browns in comparison. So this one here is Au Naturel. Now, a few people have asked me what the difference between Au Naturel and Fireside Ash is, because Fireside Ash is also another very light shade. This is Fireside Ash, and this is Au Naturel. In the tube, you can see that this is slightly lighter, but when you put them on wood, or when you put them next to each other, what's wrong with this tube? Oh dear, that didn't come out the way I intended. When you put them next to each other, I'm going to explain and I'll show you the difference. Because a lot of people are saying, well, if I've got Au Naturel, I don't need Fireside Ash. They are similar, but the undertones are different. So, move you slightly up a little bit so that I can tilt it towards the light. So this is Au Naturel. This is the colour that was the lightest brown before this got released. So as you can see quite clearly, although I'm doing this on new pine, this is a modern offcut piece of pine that I'm using. It's the only thing I had. You can see that this leans towards a browny taupey colour. It's got warm undertones. This leans more towards a grey kind of undertone. So I'll point you back up. So there's some really weird people here, isn't there? Again, there we go. So, what was I saying before I had to block weird people? Where was I going with this? Yeah, so the difference between these is quite obvious when you put it on wood. So this is, like I say, brown. This has got grey undertones, a little bit warmer, a little bit cooler. What this is really good at, and this is a video that I've done recently on my YouTube channel, is if you have pine, which tends to go quite orangey, or if you've got a warm tone in your wood that you want to cancel out, I'm thinking maybe cherry, mahogany, any kind of warmy red tones like that, this will eliminate the warmth in the wood, because that pale raw wood or bleached wood look, that ain't going anywhere. That's still very much trending. And that's why these shades have been released, because they're all kind of trending on that kind of natural wood look. So when you put them side by side, if you were just to see these in the bottle, you'd think, well, probably if I've got one, I don't need the other. But you can see them next to each other, how completely different they are. This is a lot lighter. This is browner. This is greyer and cooler. So I wanted to show you that first of all, because a lot of people are asking that question. And then I'm just going to continue to swatch the other colours. So this is another colour that I've used. This is Bleached Cypress. And I really should take better care of my tubes a little bit better. So this is, again, a little bit darker. Then we have got Charred Hickory. Uh-oh. That lid came completely off. That's not good. There we go. That's Charred Hickory. So again, a little bit darker. But all of these tones of the newer shades don't have a huge amount of warmth to them. They are a slightly cooler brown tone. So they've got that like ashy undertone, which will help cancel out any warmth in your wood. And then the final one is Whiskey Barrel, and I've not used this tone yet. So these three I've used. This bottom one I haven't used yet. But they're the 4 new ones on this side. And this one here is Au Naturel, which is one that got released a while ago, a few years ago. But these are all the new shades. So again, from the top, that is Fireside Ash. That one is Bleached Cypress. That one is Charred Hickory. And that one is Whiskey Barrel right at the bottom. Now, the other thing I just want to show you is another colour that has been out forever. This is one of the original colours in the original Voodoo Gel Stain line. So this is Tobacco Road. Again, another brown. There are other colours in the range. There's white, black, and there's actual colours of these as well. But I only wanted to show you the browns today to compare the difference. And I've put it next to the darker one of the new shade so that you can see this is a lot warmer in tone compared to that. It's only really when you put them next to each other that you can see the difference. So this will give you a lot more richness and warmth, whereas this one has still got that kind of grey, kind of ashy tone to it. All of the newer colours, although some of them are obviously you know, they're all different shades of brown. There we go, that's slightly better. And brown does tend to be quite a warm tone anyway. The ones on this side, the new shades, do have that more kind of cooler tone to them, which means it will give you a more kind of modern look, because vintage furniture and vintage finishes, traditionally a lot of them are quite reddy, orangey toned. A lot of the finishes that I come across are that, as even if it's a reproduction piece, they have that kind of reddy varnish finish on them, and if you sand that off, what's underneath is obviously beautiful wood, but then these can help kind of pull the right tones out to make it a much more modern piece. So somebody said to me, why would you sand all the brown off and then just put it back on? But if you compare the two finishes, it just gives it a more modern look. So if you are looking for wood stains, if you're looking for refinishing a piece as opposed to painting it, or if you're even just doing this on the top of a piece and then painting the rest of it, if you want to sand your, you know, the top of your sideboard or buffet down and give it a wood stain, these give you really, really good but more modern colour options. So this over orange pine works an absolute charm. I have used it over orange pine and it completely eliminates all of the orange out. And like I say, these are the colours. I have used them. They give a more modern look. If you want to see examples of them, of how I've used them, you'll have to go and have a look on my social media. But it just gives you options, and you can also mix them. So if there's a custom colour that you wanted, you can mix them, and you can mix them with the existing shades. So if you wanted something a touch darker, you could add a bit of the black. If you wanted something even lighter, you could add a bit of the white. So you can mix them for custom shades as well. And these are all water-based wood stains. So this is a line of wood stain from Dixie Belle called Voodoo Gel Stain. Again, the link to purchase any of the products that I've used in the video is in the description below. But these are all water-based wood stains, so there's no chemicals, there's no smell, it's super easy clean up. These will just clean up with warm water and a scrubby soap. It's very, very user-friendly. And the best thing about these is that they're pre-mixed. So if you have seen people doing, I don't know, like colour washes on stuff to give that kind of raw wood or bleach wood look, you don't have to mess about and add any water to these or anything. They are pre-mixed to the right consistency. They've got a really good open time, which means they don't dry down too quickly before you've had a chance to like work it into the wood grain or anything. And you can use a water-based top coat to seal these. I would advise sealing them. I use either a wax or one of Dixie Belle's clear coats, or you can use Gator Hide if you want a little bit more durability, because that's Dixie Belle's most durable top coat. But all of these are compatible with water-based top coats as well, just to obviously offer durability and protection to your piece. So, oh, nearly knocked that one off then. Nearly had a catastrophe, because I've got a piece of furniture over here that I don't really want to put stains on. I don't want to stains splat up the front of it. So that's it today, because I have had lots and lots of people ask what the difference is between new ones on this side and existing colours. And I hope, although the difference is super subtle, I hope that that has been helpful for you to see the different shades. And like I say, this is on a new piece of pine. This is a brand new piece that I had an offcut of something that I was using for a shelf. And I thought that'll come in handy, and it really has. It really has come in handy. So this is on new pine, but obviously the thing with staining is that whatever the wood is that you're putting your stain on, the results are going to be completely different to another piece of wood. So the age of the wood, how dry it is, the colour of it, what type of wood it is, that can all affect the outcome of what the piece looks like. So if you were to put this on cherry wood, it's going to look different to what it does over the top of this brand new pine. And I know that is common sense, for some people, but I don't want you to think that, you know, just because I've used this over pine and it's got a really nice bleach white colour, that it's going to give that look for everything. It's going to look different on oak and cherry and all the different woods. And I wish I could show you. I wish I could show you an example of that on every single type of wood finish, and that, and that, and that, and that, and so on. It's just absolutely impossible. So, you know, when you're painting a piece of furniture, that if you're using a blue paint, your piece is going to be blue. It's whatever you've used in the jar, your piece is going to turn out that colour. Staining, not always quite as predictable, and for that reason I would always suggest trying out a stain on a small inconspicuous area of your furniture first. I am talking from experience, trust me, I've been there. I've gone gun-ho on a stain piece and it took very well, but it turned incredibly dark, and that's not what my customer wanted. So I had to remove it all and try something different. This is many, 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 many years ago, before I knew what I know now. So if you are in any doubt, try a tiny little bit of stain, let it dry, because when it's dry, it will also look completely different to what it looks like when the stains are wet. They do kind of go a little bit more see-through-y, and they dry down a touch different to what they look like when they're wet. So just leave it to dry and just make sure that it's the outcome that you want before you commit to a large space like I did. And I used a very dark, well, I used a grey stain on an oak piece that had been stripped by me. It had taken me days and days to strip this piece of furniture, and I went in with a water-based stain, and it was grey and it went black. The piece went black like I'd painted it with black paint. It just sucked into the stain and made it completely black. So I had to get it all off and do it again. So always test it on a small inconspicuous area. Just bear in mind whatever wood you're putting it on, and just because you've seen somebody put something on oak and you might have an oak piece, there are other factors that could make your piece look a little bit different, like age, dryness of the wood. They can all affect stainage. So just a word of caution before you go crazy with stain and assume that this is going to look the same on all pieces. It can be a really, really rewarding thing to do, refinishing furniture. I am not an expert. I'd rather be putting paint on, if I'm brutally honest, but I do like to use these on the tops of pieces, just because I prefer working in a water-based stain than an oil-based stain sometimes. They're just a little bit more kind of easy to use, in my opinion. A lot of people do use the oil-based stains in the Dixie Belle range, and they are absolutely fantastic. But the water-based ones, sometimes a little bit more user-friendly and definitely easier clean-up. So, having said that, I hope that helps. I know it's not really the most interesting live that I've done today, because I've only done colour swatches on a piece of wood. I haven't got an actual project that I'm working on live at the moment, although I have got several on the go. I've dotted around my workshop, but I'll be back. No, I won't actually. I tell a lie. I will not be here next week because my kids are off school for half-term week. So we will not be here at next week. I'll be taking them out or something when they're on half-term. So I won't be back next week, but I will be back the week after, and I won't be paint swatching, don't worry. I'll be doing something different. So I nearly knocked another one over then. I will go. I'll let you carry on with your Tuesday. I hope everyone has a nice day. Thank you for watching. And just a reminder, if you did want to purchase any of the products I've seen in the video, my affiliate link is in the description below, and I will earn a little bit of commission for that if you do make a purchase. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Have a lovely day, and I will catch you in 2 weeks' time. Bye.